I'm Paul Dole, President CEO of KCEOC Community Action Partnership, and I've been asked to give a brief history of Community Action Agency's role in workforce development programs in the EKCEP area. While I've been involved with these programs since 1974, I had to do some research on the initial beginnings. Throughout the history of the United States, there have been many different programs implemented to help people become trained and employed. Congress in 1962 passed the Manpower Development and Training Act to provide training and retraining for workers to meet the needs of the changing economy. And in 1964, the Economic Opportunity Act was passed, and that's what created community action agencies to operate programs to get people out of poverty. One of the key programs they operated was the Work Experience and Training Program for Unemployed Fathers and Dependent Children, popularly known as the Happy Pappy Program. Community action agencies nationwide worked with Congress to have them authorize the Concentrated Employment Program in 1968 as part of the Manpower Development and Training Act. That's when the 7 community action agencies in Eastern Kentucky came together to form Eastern Kentucky Concentrated Employment Program Incorporated. This allowed for more funding to come into the area and to be able to provide greater training opportunities through the local community action agencies. EKCEP was formed on a similar structure as CAAs. Each agency appointed board members representing local elected officials, low-income individuals, and private entity individuals. In 1973, Congress passed the Comprehensive Employment and Training Act that consolidated many federal employment and training programs that would provide greater local control over the planning and the operation of job training programs. At this point, the EKCEP service area expanded to the existing 23 counties and added 2 additional community action agencies. With this act, rural CEPs were guaranteed funding and have been grandfathered in all updated acts since that time. Then in 1982, Congress passed the Job Training Partnership Act, JTPA. This expanded the scope of the workforce development and made more sectors of the population eligible. In addition, this was the implementation of the Private Industry Council. Again, the community action agency stepped up to the role of expanding job training activities here in the EKCEP area. Then in 1998, Congress passed the Workforce Investment Act, WIA. This again expanded the JTPA and moved from private industry councils to workforce investment boards. WIA also established the One-Stop Career Center system, affiliates and access points. Here in the EKCEP area, all these are administered by community action agencies. In 2014, the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act replaced WIA. With this act, it emphasized the need for collaboration among stakeholders in the workforce development system. The local workforce board plays a critical role in the success of workforce development system by working with employers and other stakeholders in the community. Local workforce boards can develop and implement workforce development plans that are tailored to meet the needs of the local economy. In addition to serving as administrators of One-Stop Center system in the EKCEP area and contractors providing workforce programs, many agencies operate other workforce programming. This includes the Senior Community Service Employment Program, work agreements with the Community and Technical College to provide job training, and skills training for Head Start parents, plus assist with local economic development projects in their area. To give you an example of what community action agencies do in improving our communities, we have applied for Economic Development Administration funding on several occasions. One was to refurbish an old factory to bring in different employers. We also have had direct funding from the Department of Labor and from the Department of Education to demonstrate the development of intense youth training and employment programs. And recently, the refurbishing of an old nursing home into a work-ready training center operated by Southeast Community and Technical College. With the funding we received from the state, Kentucky, Appalachian Regional Commission, and the EDA, this was accomplished. We received an ARC grant, Aspire grant, to provide workforce services for recovery and reentry. We have been awarded funding from the Abandoned Mine Land Funds to purchase a facility to refurbish into a CDL and diesel mechanic training center. And these are just a few examples of the types of projects community action agencies get involved with. It all extends from our philosophy of providing a hand up rather than a handout. You know, community action agencies have a unique board structure that allows for the entire community to participate. There's private sector involvement, there's the population we serve, and there's the elected officials. Many of the elected officials are county judges and local mayors. The budgets of the 9 community action agencies vary in size, and the percentage of their funding, the contracts with EKCEP runs from anywhere from 5 to 20% of their overall budgets.
I've had a very long, outstanding relationship with our local community action agency for a number of years. And the way in which I work with them is through my economic development efforts in recruiting industry and business. You know, they've been an invaluable partnership of ours. And from the very beginning, when I'm working with a company to locate in our region or in our regional industrial park, they're the first that I have at the table in partnering with us and being able to have discussions with our potential employer as to our workforce and availability and getting us the numbers that they would need in order to make a decision from that aspect. The other things they've done in this community in our region is the recent partnership with the Southeast Community College and the development of the new training facility in Barberville. Again, that's just a great asset for our workforce and training and being able to further the education and being a workable, trained employee for our companies. Recently, I know they're moving forward with plans to have a CDL training facility here for CDL license as well as diesel mechanic. Again, that's just going to further our capabilities of being able to provide services to our local industry and which is always important on an ongoing basis. Another aspect that they help us with is in our existing companies for training. Most recently, we've worked with them very close with COA, which is one of our local industries in our industrial park, as well as the Mint Cumberland Run facility here in Corbin. They work very close with those employers in training and offering different training and reimbursements for training. So we've just had a great relationship. But you know, you get to some of the other things, what I call the quality of life, from housing to transportation to health care, just all the programs that they offer to our community and to the region. I can't say enough about and how important it is and able to make my job easier and supporting our industry as well as recruiting industry to our community.
The manufacturing industry is facing a critical skills gap with the demand for qualified workers outpacing available supply. The shortage is hindering our ability to grow and compete in the global marketplace. Partnering with community action agencies have been instrumental in helping COA Kentucky to connect with a diverse pool of potential employees and develop a pipeline of skilled workers. Community action agencies have deep connections within their communities, and they understand the needs and aspirations of individuals seeking employment. One of the most significant benefits have been the reduction in our recruitment costs. By working with community action agencies, we've been able to streamline our recruitment efforts and reach a wider pool of qualified candidates. Additionally, community action agencies have provided COA Kentucky with a valuable insight into the local workforce, helping us to better understand the skills and experience that are available. In addition to reduced recruitment costs, we have also experienced increased employee reduction in productivity. By working with community action agencies provide on-the-job training and career development opportunities, we have been able to invest in our workforce and create a more engaged and productive employee base. We're very pleased with the success of our partnership with Community Action Agency. It has been a mutually beneficial relationship that has helped COA Kentucky to address our workforce challenges and contribute to our economic vitality of our communities.
I want to personally thank the Community Action Agency for the opportunity that they gave me 8 years ago. When I first started here, with the help of the Community Action Agency, I started out as an inspector, loader, unloader. Within a year, I become a team lead, and then within another year, I become supervisor. Then within the 8-year period, now I'm the assistant general manager. Without them, I don't think any of this would be possible. Thank you again.
Now, this here has been a very brief history of our involvement, but you can tell that the community action has been a driving force in workforce development in Eastern Kentucky. Thank you.